Really, overeating is rarely just about food. It's often tied to many other factors, broadly, emotions, culture, history, basically our learning experiences. There can be a real disconnection from those physical body cues of fullness and hunger. This is due to dieting and diet culture, which can happen at a very, very early age. Food can really become a tool to numb or soothe distress, and that's often unconsciously done. It also suppresses emotion or distracts us from emotions we really should be paying attention to and taking information from. We have a trigger, which is a stressor, maybe boredom, loneliness, conflict with somebody, for example. And then the behavior is the eating, and the reward is emotional relief. So, why mindful eating helps? It really helps to break out of automatic eating loops and rewires these habits. As humans, we did evolve to enjoy eating. That's nothing to be ashamed about. And we can balance that with appropriate nutrition. Mindfulness helps us to rebuild these signals. So it's not unusual for clients when you introduce them to some of these practices to say they have no idea when they feel hungry or full. The mindfulness skill that's really, really effective there is awareness, awareness of the emotion, allowing that emotion without acting on it, accepting it, learning to tolerate it, also trusting that the emotion will come and go, allowing that emotion to pass without needing to act on it through eating. So mindful eating has been shown quite strongly to improve eating behaviors. So those are those behaviors like overeating, poor food choices, impulsive eating, and overall the slower, more intentional eating. So you can see there's a real theme here through these meta-analyses of multiple studies about the consistent patterns we're seeing and improving those eating behaviors, slowing eating down, people feeling better about themselves by being able to make these intentional choices. If we're able to stay in touch with our inner and outer wisdom, our bodily sensations, we'll be able to enjoy the meal and then stop and then move on with our day from there. So slowing down, allowing our mouth, our teeth to do that work of digestion before our food even gets to the stomach, just very practically is a really useful aspect as well. Curiosity is a wonderful antidote, in fact, to judgment and to frustration. Being able to bring this aspect of curiosity, what's going on right now? Let me really take a look here, is very, very helpful. They think the problem is the craving or the urge to eat itself, but through mindfulness, they can learn to have the craving be on board without necessarily acting on it. So when it comes to changing eating behavior, we're often dealing with patterns and habits loops that have been around for years, if not decades. We might have these preconceived notions of what might happen, and the actual lived experience of it might be something else. It is possible to actually have that middle ground, that integration there. It is possible to have foods that are both nutritious and really enjoyable. But when you slow down and look at all of the aspects of the food, the sight of it, the colors, what does the texture look like? How does it feel if it's something you can pick up? How does it smell? It's not a sign of failure when people are struggling with their body image or their weight or their eating. And that's where this non-judgmental curiosity comes in. One of the beautiful things about eating is a very complex actual practice when you break it down. There's many places that we can focus.